What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. Let's push start to play. We are doing a single game with one player because there is no one else in the basement with me. We are going to be doing another request today. This time we will be doing the Cubs versus the Boston Red Sox. We'll be playing as the Cubs, and we will be playing with auto fielding on. I think I'm getting better at auto fielding. I am doing a bit of practicing, but I'm still not at the level where I would be better than than just having the computer do it. We are right into the top of the first at Wrigley Field for the Boston Red Sox to take on the Chicago Cubs. For the players that you got to watch out for. On the Cubs, you got to watch out for, I believe his name is Crash, who is actually Sammy Sosa. And on the Red Sox, you got to watch out for a few players. Namely, their pitcher. They do have Roger Clemens on the squad. His name is Heat, which is very fitting. You also got to deal with Billy Hatcher and Mo Vaughn, I believe. I don't remember what their names are. I think Billy Hatcher's the leadoff hitter. Is that going to be a single? No, it is not. It's going to be a nice ground out. Let's see. Will Drifter get the third out of the game? Will he strike the third guy out? It will not be a strikeout. It will be caught by the third baseman. Or was that the shortstop? I don't know. I didn't really see who the camera panned to. All right. Shortstop McBain is up here for the bottom of the first. And he is just barely not gonna make it, man. It's tough. It goes right to the first baseman for the second out of the bottom of the first. Let's see how Lycombe does. Lycombe gets it out of the infield for a nice single. Up next is Crash. That is Sammy Sosa, which is going to be caught immediately by the first baseman with a nice leaping play. Okay. Up next, John Hancock is a line drive right to first. Ben Franklin, how are you going to do? That is going to leave the infield, but it is only going to be a single. All right, fly ball to right field. Should be caught nice and easily. Not going to be a double play, though. Up next is Harvard, the catcher. It's not going to leave the infield. It's going to be an out. Perfect. Bottom of the second. Let's see if the Cubs can finally generate the first run of the game. That is going to be caught by the shortstop. Let's see how Foot does. You give an inch, he takes a foot. Or not. Or he's going to give a nice ground out to the opponent. Costello. I think this is the second guy named Costello that we've seen in my Ken Griffey Jr. uploads, because I think the Cardinals also had a Costello. If I remember correctly. Must be something about the National League Central. All right. Radcliffe is up here for the top of the third. 1 strike, 1 ball. Here's another changeup. It is going to be hit, but it is going to be caught immediately by the first baseman. The pitcher is actually up right now. Let's see what he does. He's going to hit, but that is not going to leave the first base. Or it's not going to leave the infield. He's going to make it to first base. I'm jumping over all my words, man. That's going to be caught for a double play. Perfect. See, we were just playing with him, you know? Here is our pitcher, P. Drifter. Not going to leave the infield for another ground out. Certainly a defensive game today. That one is going to be a nice single, just dribbles over the infield barely. Caught by center field and immediately thrown to second. Speaking of some other nice base hits, we just got another one. Now we got 2 men on base. Lycombe's up here. That is a nice line drive, but it is going to be foul. Let's see. Is he going to continue that momentum for a third base hit? Bases are loaded and crashes up, so believe you me, I was feeling a little excited, but unfortunately Crash is going to hit into a double play. You know, I really expected him to be better given, you know. But we are not going to continue with that line of thinking, because we just got another ground out. Denholm is up here, the left fielder. That is going to go foul. And it is not going to make it into the crowd, so no one will be taking a souvenir home today. That's a ball. That is a strike. Let's see strike 3. We will not see strike 3. We will, in fact, give up 1 base. 1 out, 1 man on first. Aaron Burr's up here. That is going to go pretty far. Is it going to be a double, though? No, that is going to be an out. But the runner does advance to second. So really, how should we judge this? Answer, we should probably not judge it very well, because it did not work out for the Sox at all. Coming up here in the bottom of the 4th is Betta. Betta gets a foul ball for his first swing. That is a high fly ball, which is probably just going to get caught, come to think of it. So I'm not going to get too excited. Foot's up here. Nice slow curve ball to really fool him. Line drive to third base for another ground out. Seems like no team wants to win today. However, we got 1 man on base. Atlas is up here. Who knows? Maybe a 2-run home run. That's going to go foul, but I'm liking the energy he's got so far. That is going to leave the infield for another base hit. 2 men on base. Drifter's up here. That is also going to leave the infield for a third base hit. The bases are loaded. Who knows, we could be in Grand Slam City right here with McBain if the game wants to play along, if Heat wants to play. That is not going to leave the infield. They're going to throw immediately to second. You know, why can't the computer like throw to home when it won't work? Why is it only my guys, you know? Because I do play this game off camera, and believe you me, I've had many a game where I've been playing with auto fielding on, and some decisions are a little confusing to say the least. That is a high fly ball to shortstop for the second out of the inning. Radcliffe is up next. Strike. Change up right down the middle for a strike. Throw a fastball to get the next ground out. Let's exit, and let's go to the bottom of the 5th. Ulrich is up right now. Line drive, not going to be caught for a single. All right, let's go. Let's see what Lycombe does. That is a nice base hit right there to left field, and we are going to take it. All right, come on, Crash. Come on, Crash. I said you got to look out for him, and he's going to get a base hit. I think that's like the first thing that he's done all game. Sorry if I'm seeming a little antagonistic towards the Cubs, man, but that is going to be our first runner batted in. I guess it just took a little bit of griping for the Cubs to finally get something going. Oh, he's going to be safe for the second run batted in of the inning. Now it's what I'm talking about with the with the defense kind of just getting really desperate and throwing a home. It's like they're in the... You ever read the poem The Sandpiper? Like where the where the bird is always looking at its own feet when it should be looking at all the gems on the beach. I think that's what's going on in Boston. They got a team full of sandpipers out here. A fourth run batted in this inning. Cubs are really turning it around in the bottom of the fifth. That is going to go right to first base. He is going to try to throw home again. The game just does not know what's going on. The Sox are actually pulling out heat, and they're going to pull in Chambers. You know who Chambers is named after? That is Diane Chambers from Cheers. Whoa, that is a slow ball. Now, Diane Chambers in Cheers was not the most athletic. They actually do throw someone out who's trying to go home. But let's see what's going on with this. It's change in pitching. We're going to barely get out of the infield for another run batted in. This is starting to turn into a mauling. That is going to go right to second base for an out. All right. It was almost another run batted in. Almost lucky number 7. Let's see Sammy Sosa. He could get a grand slam here. A very slow changeup really pulled the wool over his eyes right there. That hit is going to go foul. And Crash actually strikes out, snaps his bat in two. Getting a little angry there. I wonder what could be causing this. Anyway, we're in the top of the 6th. Chambers is up right now. That hit is not going to leave the infield. It's going right to first. John Adams is up to bat. Caught by left field. Geez, that last inning was really so surprising. It made me forget my directions, man. You know how it is. That is a high fly ball. It goes right to left field. Would have been foul anyway. So you'll love to see it. Scoreless top of the 6th. Let's see if the Cubs can continue their momentum from the 5th. That ball is going to go far, but it is not going to go in the right direction. That ball is not going to go in the right direction, nor is it going to go far. Let's see how Foot's going to do. It's going to barely leave the infield, recovered by center field, thrown to second for a nice base hit. For Costello to pick up the pieces. What is he swinging at? 44-mile-an-hour changeup, man. Those are tricky. But Costello does eventually get a base hit for Atlas to continue the parade. What is he swinging at? Seems like the Cubs are getting a little too eager. The bases are loaded. Let's see if they could get the parade going again. Drifter is up right now. What is he swinging at? That is a high fly ball, which is probably just going to be caught by left field for a double play. Rounding out the 6th inning. Top of the 7th. Aaron Burr steps up to bat. He's pretty tricky, Aaron Burr. He killed Alexander Hamilton, so who knows? He might get some crazy recovery and kill the Cubs' chances of winning. That is a nice line drive. Probably going to be a double, but I mean, what can I say? Right field is an absolute beast. You were not going to make that. You know, honestly, I probably would have tried, but it probably wouldn't have worked. So you can't really fault the Sox too much. 2 outs. Harvard's up here. Can Harvard get the first run batted in of the inning? Or run batted in of the... Well, I guess, yeah. Run batted in of the inning and run batted in of the Red Sox. Bottom of the 7th. Let's see what McBain can do. Chambers is sizing him up, and here's the pitch. It is going to go right to second base for an out. Ulrich comes up. Let's see if he can avenge his teammate. What is he swinging at? I don't know what's going on. Just lost all of our... Ulrich strikes out. We just lost all of our ability to discern pitches, man. Boston is switching to Norm Peterson. Norm! Let's see how he does. It is a dog-eat-dog world, and he's wearing milk-bone underwear. If you ever seen that episode of Cheers, you know what I mean. Crash is up right now. That is a nice hit from Crash for another single. You know, Norm is not working out as well as Diane was. A third single for the bases to be loaded is what the Cubs have in front of them. 2 outs. Let's see. Can the Cubs round it out with a grand slam? That would be funny, but it is not going to happen. That is going to be the 3rd out of the inning, and we are going to get right into the 8th. Boston is losing out on a lot of their chances right now. They just got the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th to turn this thing around and get 6 runs in there. Who are they bringing out? They're bringing out a pitch hit. They're bringing out a pinch hitter, M. Avenue. Let's see how he's going to do. I mean, it is working because he did get a single out on me. But, I mean, you can't fool me with that twice, man. Caught by second base for an out for a double play. Get us out of the top of the 8th. Will the Cubs extend their lead in the bottom of the 8th? Let's see. Red Sox are making a lot of managerial changes here. Who are they sending out now? Cliff Clavin? That's nice and easy. You know, if they had an F. Crane on the team, then I would be a little scared, but what is he swinging at? Okay. I gotta say these changeups are really fooling me. The player. Let's see, will Atlas strike out? He will strike out. A lot of strikeouts today, but it's really not mattering. All right, Drifter hits right to first base. It is going to be caught by the pitcher, who covers first immediately. Top of the 9th. This is Boston's last hurrah, and even then, the Cubs can still snatch victory back. Strike 1, strike 2. Now we're going to go way out here. We are not going to curve that pitch, but it is going to be caught immediately by left field. So it really doesn't matter. Here is Denholm. Foul ball for the first pitch. Let's see the second pitch. It's going to be another changeup. It's going to just barely leave the infield for a single. Drifter is, in fact, going to try doing some fastballs right now. Keep everyone on their toes, because Aaron Burr could be a bit of an issue. 2 strikes on Aaron Burr. That is going to be a nice line drive. That's probably going to be a 2-base advancement? No, it's not. Just barely caught by third right when it mattered. Franklin's up here. He discovered electricity, but but will he discover a way to win this game? He does manage to advance the runners, though. Or he does manage to advance the runner. John Hancock is practicing his swing, but it is going to be caught by the left field. And that's the end of the ball game. Here is the report in the official Major League Baseball newspaper. Cubs shut out the Red Sox 6-0. Cub mascot injured by runaway fastball. What a shame. What a shame. Here is the breakdown. Boston got 0 runs, 10 hits. Chicago got 23 hits with 6 runs to show for it. Here's the box score. We got 1 run batted in from Ulrich, Betta, Foot, Costello, Atlas, and Drifter. Drifter pitched all 9 innings, no strikeouts, but again, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you win, it just matters that you win. Here's the Red Sox's box score, if you want to see that. And I will see you guys on the next adventure.